Welcome guys to another match report here on the Man United Daily channel. And yesterday it was the return of the Champions League, and it was the first game at Old Trafford, for a few months now, and it was unexpected longer break than before because as you know we had a disastrous Champions League and Europe campaign in general, to be fair. And we had an early exit, and this year Sir Alex has to the fan that he will make amends for that, and it's only part of the club's DNA to bounce back from a setback, and that's what he proved yesterday when he set out a very, very strong team against Galatasaray. And although they are a very strong Turkish team, the group has been drawn very favourably in our side, and again, similar like last year, we should expect to have an easy ride in the group and then progress through it, and hopefully going further and further in the competition. So the team yesterday was a couple of changes from the game against Wigan, and the return of David De Gea is a significant one because Alex has confirmed about the rotation between him and Lindegaard. So De Gea had his chance yesterday. Johnny Evans was also back within the starting 11, replacing Rio Ferdinand from the Wigan game. I think Paul Scholes, Carrick, Kagawa, Van Persie also returned, and Darren Fletcher was also announced on the bench, and it was a huge ovation when he did come on, because Darren Fletcher has been suffering this bowel illness, and has been very difficult for him to going through rehab and getting his health back to normal. And it was really nice to see the ovation he got from the United faithful when he returned on the pitch when replacing for Paul Scholes. So the game started very, very well for the Reds. Both sides having a go, but we were dominant. Very good passings, very sleek, and the interchange play was really, really good. Everything was fast, everything was accurate, and it was really pleasing. And it didn't take long before we took the lead on the 7th minute after a great interplay between Van Persie, Kagawa, and then Kagawa placing a really great ball in for Michael Carrick, who went round the goalkeeper and dispatching it, even though the goalkeeper fouled him. And after that, everyone thought it would be an easy ride, as Galatasaray wasn't settled, and we capitalised on that. And so everyone thought after this very quick goal and a really well worked goal, we would have went on and it was basically how many we were going to win by. So it was a really pleasing start, and we continued to dominate most of the first half. For the next 20-25 minutes, more interchangeable play, and produce some good chances, but a few people couldn't convert. One noticed thing, or one kind of was strange, was the delivery and the accuracy from Antonio Valencia's cross last night. He beat players at ease, but again he couldn't find a final ball, and that's what we been to expect from Valencia. He doesn't do a lot of the flashy stuff or the showboating, but at the end of the day, he usually get his delivery right, and a lot of assists come through him. But unfortunately, Valencia didn't get his service right last night. But a lot of more important games come up that we need Valencia, so it was might as well that he had an off day. Everyone has a bad day of the office, and credit to Galatasaray after the setback. They could have had a penalty within the first 1 or 2 minutes after a bit of clumsy play from Vidic and Evra. Evra laid it back, and Vidic didn't see the striker bullet there, so he stuck a leg out and he raked the back of the striker's leg, and we were really lucky not to concede that penalty within the first few minutes. But like I said, we settled after that and got the goal, and continued to play it out with Paul Scholes dictating play. But again, Galatasaray with their playmaker Inan played very well, dictating play at times, and even over running the midfield of Scholes and Carrick. And I think that towards the end of the first half, we were almost clinging on, for the lead, and Alex would have been happy with what he saw, to be fair, with what the Reds produced after such a quick start. So the second half began with the Reds again playing very nice stuff, and producing a few chances for Van Persie. Van Persie looked a bit out of tune, but his some of it interplay with Kagawa was magical. But again, like I said, everybody has a bad day, and it just, a lot of the team didn't seem to be switched on, and I think that's one of the criticism that a lot of fans will say about the team, is that when they know they are on top, they do take it easy on the other opposition and not be as clinical as they could be. And I guess that's one of the things that came out of last night that was very obvious. When the pressure was on, we played very well, but when they sat back a little bit, we eased off and let them play their counter-attacking game, and that was nearly very effective. In the second half, we got a penalty as well. After a great run from Rafael, got tripped over in the box, and Nani surprisingly stood up and took the penalty. Unfortunately, it was saved by Muslera, the Galatasaray goalkeeper. It was one of these, Ronaldo-esque stuttered runs, and when you do that, you have to be very accurate and almost betting that the goalkeeper will commit early to his dive. But Muslera, credit to him, stood up and made Nani look very unconvincing with his strike. So that's one of the things that was a very not pleasing as well, is that we missed three of the last penalties. Van Persie, Nani, etc. So it was definitely very disappointing in that aspect, and Alex has vowed and promised that he will work on it. And I think it's not just Alex, but the players have to be more and have more conviction about who's going to take the penalty, etc. But we move on from the match, and so Galatasaray again at times in the second half were overrunning the midfield at times, and they had a few shots. Hamid Altintop came very close, the shot just wide of the right hand post of David De Gea, and again they had a few long distance shots, and that didn't cause us much trouble, but again they were quite impressive at times, and I thought that Selec could have brought on another midfielder, perhaps Anderson, to freshen the midfield up, but he chose to bring Dalvin Fletcher on the 79th minute to help up with the midfield, so that we get a bit more energy and closing down a lot quicker. Galatasaray again produced one of the best chances of the game when they broke down the field thanks to their substitute Kolak, and he combined well. Elmander had a shot, David Gea parried out and produced another great save from Kolak from the rebound. So it was a really good double save from David De Gea, and a lot of fans has been debating about De Gea or Lindegaard, and De Gea demonstrating what he's good at. He's one of the best shot stoppers in the world, and the only bit of his game they need to work on is obviously his aerial dominant in the box, and a lot of fans will never forgive him for lacking those sort of abilities. But again, he is very young, and he would develop that with the more he plays. So after that save, the Gea and the Reds held on to get the victory 1-0. There was other minor chances for Hernandez and Hernandez twice, but he couldn't capitalise on the chance. So the game finished 1-0, and Selex came out after the game saying how sloppy we played. And again, I definitely agree with Selex that if we produced that kind of performance against the European elites now, I think we would have got our money's worth and definitely got beaten quite a few goals. Again, we similar like last year, we were quite naive in the way we played, because we were on top for most of the game, but we just couldn't continue that dominant pressure or make it tell, if you like. So Galatasaray again have to be given credit for what they've done last night as well. But overall, I thought we could have, put it more of a dominant and strong performance than we did last night. But again, 3 points is 3 points, and that's all you need with Champions League. And it doesn't matter how you play right now, as long as we reach the knockout stages, and hopefully, you know, get perform better from then on. So hopefully we'll get there. And another strong point again, Darren Fletcher return, you know, will add a great deal of you know, another dimension to our midfield. Kaggle, I have to say, has settled in the team very, very well. His combination play with Scholes, Carrick, Van Persie, etc. has been phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to see how he develops even more in the coming months. Nemanja Vidic, very unlucky to get booked yesterday, you know, but very dominant defensive display from him. You know, with Vidic, he's not going to get beaten in the air, that's for sure. And I think that's what we missed in the past, you know, 6 to 8 months when Vidic was out. When he was out, you know, we didn't have a aerial presence in either box, and last night he was nearly on the score sheet, barring a very good save from Muslera. So man of the match, I think, went to Michael Carrick for his, you know, solid display and goal. So there you have it, guys, for another match report. What do you guys made of last night's performance, and who impressed you, who didn't impress you? And I want to know, what are you guys' thoughts on the David De Gea and Anders Lindegaard situation as well. So leave a comment below on any of those topics. So there you guys have it for another video. I'll see you soon, and again, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.